Hello Loiter, today we are going to continue our tour and we'll be flying to Lake 2. For the aircraft, we'll still fly in the Cessna 172 G1000 and I think we'll continue using this aircraft. Again, the timeline is listed here and you can feel free to jump to the parts you want to watch. Today we are going to take off from the Stuttgart airport, and in the Lake information you can also select other listed airports that you want to fly. However, the airport you are flying must have at least a ground controller in order to communicate. For the terms and phrases, we will talk about it later. While I'm doing some walk around and pre-flight check, let's learn what METAR is and how to decode a METAR test. METAR stands for Meteorological Aerodrome Report. It is basically a regular weather report at an airport at a specific time. In our today's flight, the METAR is shown here. If this is your first time looking at the METAR, I know it's a little bit intimidating, but don't worry, we'll decode it step by step. The first four letters are the ICAO code of the aerodrome this METAR representing. The next part is the date and time of the observation. In general, the letter Zulu is placed at the end, showing that the time is in UTC instead of any local time. The word auto is an optional identification of this report, showing that the report is automated with no human intervention. No identification is also possible, showing that this report is not automated. And also the word new may be used, showing that the report is not available. Next is the average surface wind at the touchdown area of the runway. If the wind direction varies by 60 degrees or more, also the wind speed is 3 knots or more, directional variations will be added after the average surface wind. However, if the wind speed is below 3 knots, or the wind direction varies by 180 degrees or more, the variable indicator VLB will be used like here as shown. Besides, if there is a gusty wind, which means the wind may suddenly blow with a significant increase of wind speed for a very short period of time, the letter G, followed by the average gust speed, will be added after the surface wind. There is also one thing very important, is that the wind direction is in true direction instead of the magnetic direction. Let's take the METAR at Keflavik Airport as an example here. Since the airport has 12 degrees west magnetic variation, which means the magnetic north is deviated to the west by 12 degrees. Let's assume we are landing on runway 28. The surface wind is at 240 degrees, meaning that it's coming from true heading 240. With the west magnetic variation at this airport, the surface wind is coming from our magnetic heading 252 instead of 240 degrees. After the wind information, we'll have the visibility here. K-fog means no clouds exist below 5,000 feet. Visibility is 10 kilometers or greater. Also, there's no precipitation or any bad weather. More often, you will see a 4-digit number showing the prevailing visibility of the airport. In Germany, some airports may also report the minimum visibility. In this example here, the one-way visual range is also added, but it is optional. After that, we may also have some additional weather and clouds information. For the abbreviation of different weather, you can check this METAR flyer by Deutsche Wetterdienst online for free. Shower, rain, thunderstorm, and maybe also fog, they are commonly used. Remember them so you don't need the conversion table next time. For the clouds, they are measured in octa scale. Take the Munich airport as an example. You can imagine there is an inverted cone above the airport. The base radius of the cone is about 16 kilometers. Here we have a cloud height of 2,500 feet above ground level. More than one cloud base is also possible, so here we will have another additional cloud base at 1,500 feet above ground level. For the sky and cloud condition, we can basically divide the aerodrome into 8 parts. Few clouds means we have less than 2/8 submission amount of clouds. Then we have scattered clouds. Next is broken. And finally overcast. Next, we may have the clouds type. TCU and CB are commonly used. Towering cumulus is usually the stage before it becomes cumulonimbus. Flying into CB, cumulonimbus, is very dangerous, but we will not talk much about in this video.
RX2 Golf Victor text holding point kilo via mic Lima 2 kilo.
I've just connected to the ground frequency. Before we communicate with the ground, we'll finish the meter decode. After visibility, weather and clouds information, we'll have temperature and dew point. They are usually measured in degrees Celsius. After that, we'll have the altimeter setting. The prefix letter Q indicates that it is in hectopascal unit, and A will be inches of mercury. Finally, we'll have some supplementary weather information. No sec means there will be no significant weather change in the future.
Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie Squawk 7003, please.
Here the ground contacted me first and instructed me to change my squawk. Although in most of the cases, the pilot contacted the ground first. Here we'll just stick with the ground's instruction and change our squawk code. Got ground, radio check, Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie.
Say again.
Radio check, Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie.
Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie, readability 515. Order range 2, Golf Victor, contact Stuttgart Tower 118, special 805.
18805, you're in civil fix automation.
Here before requesting startup and taxi, I will just let the ground finish his communication. And now should be our turn, and we just need to stop and think about what we're gonna say and press the button. Stuttgart ground, Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie, Cessna 172 at General Aviation Terminal requests VFR clearance for circuit traffic. Ready for engine startup.
Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie, startup. Approved Greenwich 1014, runway 07, Squawk 7003, and you did that no problem.
Stuttgart ground, QNH 1014, runway 07 is in use, squawk 7003, clear for engine startup. Now we will starting up our engine because right now we are just using the battery. Usually the ground will respond to your readback saying like readback correct and then say what to do next, like report when ready for taxi, something like that. Since the ground control is not saying anything, so I will assume that my readback is correct and we will continue our procedure.
Mike India 0810, contact Stuttgart Tower 118, decimal 805.
Decimal 805, Mike India 0810.
Here in my EFB, I've connected to my Navigraph for some chart viewing. If you enjoy flying in the simulator, I do encourage you to subscribe to Navigraph because their charts are really useful for flying in simulator. So right now, before requesting taxi, I'll just prepare my instruments so that we don't need to configure them when we are taxiing or waiting at the hold point. Some people love to also set up their flaps during their taxi, but I usually won't recommend doing that because increasing the flaps will allow your aircraft to be more sensitive to the crosswind or headwind. Now is the time to get your paper and pen ready to copy the taxiway. Stuttgart ground, Guten Tag, Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie, request taxi to runway for departure.
Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie, taxi to holding point Golf via exit 1, Golf.
Say again, Stuttgart ground, Delta Yankee Charlie.
Taxi to Golf via exit 1 and Golf.
Taxi to Golf via X1, Delta Yankee Charlie. Here I didn't hear the ground saying Golf very clear, so I read back with taxi to the holding point Golf via exit 1. And at the same time, actually I don't know where is the exit 1, so I'm gonna check the chart right now. Here we are, we finally found where the exit 1 located.
Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie, contact Stuttgart Tower 118.805.
Contact Stuttgart Tower 118.805. Thank you. Delta Yankee Charlie. Now when we are approaching the holding point, we can start preparing to switch to the tower frequency. Since I have entered the frequency on standby communication 1, so I just need to click the switch button here. Stuttgart Tower, Guten Tag, Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie, holding at Golf, request departure for traffic pattern.
Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie Stuttgart Tower. Grüß Gott. I didn't understand your intentions, say again.
Stuttgart Tower, Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie, request departure. And after departure, I would like to perform a traffic pattern, or also known as circuit pattern. And if possible, I would want to do a left traffic pattern.
Delta Echo November Yankee. Forget it, Delta Yankee Charlie. Do you want to do a touch and go? Sorry for the dumb question.
Stuttgart Tower, I would like to perform a low approach first. Delta Yankee Charlie.
Delta Yankee Charlie, when airborne, when airborne, join left traffic circuit, runway 07, wind 090 degrees, 5 knots, runway 07, cleared for takeoff.
Join left-hand circuit after departure, clear for Golf runway 07, Delta Yankee Charlie. Now the tower has cleared me for takeoff runway 07, so I can enter the runway and finish my before takeoff checklists, and when everything's ready, I can take off. As the current wind direction is 090, so you can see my aircraft is getting a little bit pushed to the left due to the wind. Ideally, you need to apply the wind correction so that you can align on the center of the runway and keep flying on the upwind leg. Now I've passed the threshold of runway 07, so I can start turning left entering the crosswind leg. When we are reaching the altitude 2,300 feet, which is the pattern altitude, I reduce some of my throttle so that I can level off and start my cruising. Regards Tower Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie, entering left downwind runway 07 and press for low approach on runway 07.
Delta Yankee Charlie, after low approach, join left traffic circuit runway 07, wind 090 degrees, 5 knots, runway 07, cleared for low approach.
After departure, join left circuit pattern and clear for low approach. Delta Yankee Charlie.
Delta Yankee Charlie, after low approach, join traffic circuit 07, wind 090 degrees, 5 knots, runway 07, cleared for low approach.
Clear for low approach. Delta Yankee Charlie. Here the tower has cleared me for low approach on runway 07 before we are on final, so that's not a problem. The problem is I just forget to mention that we are clear for low approach on the runway 07. I guess that's the reason why he repeats again and say cleared for low approach runway 07, but I just somehow forget to mention the runway. Now since the tower has already known our intention and cleared us for low approach, so we don't necessarily need to report when at the end of left downwind or turning into the base lake. Here when we are flying on the upwind lake, and we can actually request for early breakoff to left downwind runway 07. But for making things more simple, I'll just continue flying until we reach the threshold of runway 07. Here on the GPS, it showed us that we have passed through the threshold of runway 07, and with looking on the ground, and we can start preparing to turn left into the crosswind lake. During our left downwind leg, we can adjust our power and also trimming so that we can level off our airplane. Stuttgart Tower, Delta Yankee Charlie on left downwind runway 07. Request touch and go on runway 07.
Delta Yankee Charlie after touch and go, join traffic circuit 07, wind 090 degrees, 5 knots, runway 07, cleared for touch and go.
After touch and go, join left traffic pattern. Clear for touch and go, Delta Yankee Charlie. Here we are flying too high, but don't worry, we got quite a long runway here in Stuttgart, so we just need to continue our approach. Now we need to slower down our descent, so I will apply some throttle. Here I think I might be too early to idle my throttle, so have a little bit bumpy landing, but that's alright, my landing gear can hold it. Stuttgart Tower, Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie, request full stop landing on runway 07.
Delta Yankee Charlie, wind 090 degrees, 5 knots, runway 07, clear to land.
Clear to land on runway 07. I will report on final. Delta Yankee Charlie.
Roger.
Yeah, the tower has cleared us for landing runway 07. And I just say that I'm gonna report when we are on final so that he will know where we are. Since the previous two approaches are a little bit too high, so I start my descent earlier this time. Stuttgart Tower on final runway 07, Delta Yankee Charlie.
Delta Yankee Charlie, you are still clear to land.
Clear to land, Delta Yankee Charlie.
Delta Yankee Charlie, when you landed, are you able to exit intersection Echo?
Stand by, Delta Yankee Charlie. Seems I'm busy landing on the runway, so I just called out standby by saying that basically means that you are not going to reply immediately because you are busy or doing something else. Stuttgart Tower, Delta Yankee Charlie, I can vacate on runway at Golf exit.
If you're able to, then exit on Golf. And then contact ground 118.605. Thank you for flying. Bye bye.
Contact ground on 118.065. Thank you. Have a good day, Delta Yankee Charlie.
Delta Yankee Charlie, it's 118.605.
118.605. Delta Yankee Charlie.
Correct.
Lufthansa 139 taxi to holding point Kilo via Mike Lima to Kilo.
Stuttgart ground, guten Tag. Delta Yankee Charlie at holding point Golf. Request taxi to General Aviation Terminal.
Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie taxi General Aviation spot via Golf and X1.
Taxi to General Aviation Terminal via Golf and Echo 1. Delta Yankee November Russian, Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie.
Taxi to runway 07 via Mike Lima Kilo Lufthansa 139er.
Lufthansa 139, contact Stuttgart Tower 118 decimal 804.
Contact Tower. Lufthansa 139. Danke, tschüss.
Stuttgart Ground Delta Echo November Yankee Charlie at General Aviation Terminal. Shutting off the engine right now. Have a good day. Cheers.
Bye bye.
That's it. Congratulations. We have finished our flight with the ATC controller online in IVAO. At this moment, we can shut down our engine and get ready to submit our leg report in the Germany division of IVAO. For the leg report, I know that the description said you have to decode the METAR in German, but I tried to decode with both English and German, and the validator, he told me that it's okay to submit in an English version just as long as you have tried to translate the METAR test into the English version so that they know that you can understand what is the METAR about. But I would still recommend you to submit a German version using the Google Translate or ChatGPT just to respect their rules and description of the leg info. That's the end of this video. Thanks for watching.